Learn from an attorney how some kids tend to think when they're being bullied. And learn what you can do to help them out. Kids, get your parents. They need to see this. Hi, I'm Stacey Storino, an attorney since 1998, certified life coach since 2015, and the leader in legal coaching that turns people into effective advocates for themselves and their loved ones when they're bullied, special needs, or both. Woman 101 stands for wisdom that turns victims into victors. Now, let's get down to how kids tend to think when they're being bullied and what you can do to help them out. Stay tuned until the end of the video so that you can learn about a method to stop bullies after all else fails. Yep, there is a method. Now, from the start, I want to say that when victims are selected, it's often at random in the beginning. Bullies may be bullying several people simultaneously, and it can stay that way, or the bully is just working on narrowing down the field so that they get to the one victim that won't fight back at all, or very much, and very ineffectively anyway. I've done a video about the 4 factors that often lead to people being targeted as victims. You should totally check that vid out on the Woman 101 YouTube channel, in addition to watching this video. I've also done a separate video that lists the 21 most common signs that a child is being bullied. So if you're an adult watching this, be sure to check that video out. Finally, as I get down to the focus of this video, I'd encourage you to watch a video giving parents or guardians the first 9 things that they must do to help their bullied kid out. Now, bullied children tend to think that they're being picked on because of something that is unique to them and them alone. Like, they think they're being picked on because they're somehow unworthy as a human being. You see, it's not as much the act of bullying that damages a child a lot of times. I mean, it's bothersome, but it's often not the root of the true damage. That comes from the victim feeling something along the lines of, I was selected out of the entire universe of other students to receive this treatment, so I must deserve it, or I'm not worthy as a human being. That is what's psychologically damaging. And when teachers do little to nothing to stop the bullying, or the school has a culture or climate that discourages action, or even seems to reward bullying, well, the victim's feeling of being helpless, hopeless, and out of control only increase. When parents or guardians don't take any or much action, that will reinforce those feelings. And when ineffective action is taken, the victim strikes back at the bully and is punished. Or the parents, let's say, visit the school and tantrum themselves because they're justifiably upset, but they still are handling things wrong. Well, those sorts of scenarios usually lead to no solution being had for the victim and, in fact, increasing their problems. All of this leads to increased feelings of humiliation and hopelessness on the part of the victim and can serve to lessen their incentive to report new bullying episodes in the future. And of course, when left unchecked, the victim can start damaging themselves physically. Eating disorders, cutting, substance abuse, promiscuity, and that spiral can eventually lead to suicide. How do you stop the insanity? The Woman 101 YouTube channel is stocked with solutions for parents and kids alike. Solutions that work and have been road tested by an attorney and her clients for decades. So go to the channel, subscribe, and soak it all in. You've come to the right place. Gaining a support system that exists both on the school campus and off of it can keep a bullied child safer. And when all else fails, it's time to call in the cavalry, meaning having at least one adult who can serve as your advocate with the school system and, if need be, the police and the court system. You can't ignore bullying. It won't go away. Every study and survey shows that avoidance has no upside when it comes to bullying. And I've got a system that's called the enemy remedy that can help you or the ones who love you out big time. So make sure you check out the link down below in this video's show notes for more details. I would love to hear from you. If you've ever had a friend or a loved one that's been bullied, what have you done to help them? Do you have any advice for anyone who's going through something similar? Share down below, and let's have all of the Woman 101 Wise Owls love up on you and give you support. And if you like this content, please remember to support me on Patreon so I can keep providing new material on a regular basis to help victims of bullying everywhere. Remember, Woman 101 stands for wisdom, turning victims into victors. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video and share this with anyone you know who could use some support. Woman 101. Be wise with your heart.